this is just going to record audio for the minutes, and then, Mr. Chair, you are free to start the meeting.
Oh.
If you'd like to. At your leisure.
Okay, it's 5:32. We'll start the meeting. Call to order, and if we'll start with the approval of the minutes. So has everybody had the opportunity to read the last minutes?
Oh, second? Or?
Yeah, is
I'll go
everybody,
motion to approve.
everybody
Second.
approves?
Yeah, there you
Yep. Motion to approve, second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Okay, so moving on, public comments. Is there anybody here that would like to speak up? Any citizens? Anybody would like to say anything?
Well, I did have a question. So I know when we were appointed to the board, some people were 1 year and 2 year and 3 years, and we're past the 1 year mark. So I wondered if there are new people.
So what I recall is that we've actually gone through those appointments already, because I think Mr. Getty was one of them. He got reelected to his post, and I believe Ed Wiggins was another one. He got reappointed as well.
Okay.
So now they're on a 3-year cycle, if I'm not mistaken, for their term, because it went, so that whoever's up the next year, Larry and maybe it was yourself, Tiffany.
No,
No,
I got-
I've done 3 years.
You got 3.
Yeah, I got 3 years too.
There was only a couple of us on one.
I'm on
Okay.
a 2-year.
Oh, so it's Larry and is it Ed?
No,
No,
Ed
Ed
just
just
got the
got
one.
one.
By
Well,
myself?
you might be 2 as well then,
Yeah, I
perhaps?
think I'm 2.
Okay, so then, so next year you'll be up for your reelection, and then if anybody puts in for it, I mean, it's still up to council to elect,
I don't know if they
reelect
do,
him.
I'll take them out.
But we'll get, the city clerk is really well about, giving notice of
I was
that.
going to say, I can review, would you guys like your end term dates? Would that be helpful, or?
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay. So, Mr. Getty, your term ends December 2028. Mr. Wiggins, 2028 as well. Mr. Rose, your term ends end of this year. And Mr. Kane, yours as well. And then Mr. Range, Tiffany, and Mr. McCluskey, you guys are all end 2027.
You and I are the 2 years.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think what they did was, those members that were present that night, I think they signed the 3 years, and then they just,
Yeah, it went from
I
there.
have my proxies there for me.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, thanks, Tiffany. Is any other comments? No? Hearing none, we'll move on to staff reports. Recreation and Park Advisory Board meeting dates.
So I wanted to add this item as a first topic of discussion. Nothing major. As was presented to you when you became elected initially, and we adopted the ordinance, we want to meet frequently, but we didn't want to set it too strenuous at first because of past committees. It was hard to get members to show up and and whatnot. I believe the ordinance reads that we would meet at a minimum once per quarter. So that's what we've been doing every three months. I think the last time we met was last year by calendar. So we do have some items that will be coming up this year that will possibly pose us meeting more frequently, such as the master plan update that we'll go into a quick update on. There's another program that I've been working on trying to present to y'all. It hasn't been fully reviewed from the risk management side as well as legal. I would have had that this evening, however, I just didn't have enough time. That program may allude to additional meetings, earlier than meeting quarterly. So staff recommendation is, would the board be open to readjusting the meeting dates, whether it be monthly, and we would only call those meetings if there was enough topics to bring to the board for discussion or have action items for, or meet bi-monthly, or keep it the same and we can call meetings as they fit on a case-by-case basis.
One of the things that we've been discussing a lot lately, like Paul said, is we have a lot of things coming down the line and we want the board's involvement. We feel having y'all's input would definitely go a lot further with what we're doing, but also having y'all's support when we go in front of council, that just gives us that added layer that we've actually worked with our board to help determine what's best for the community.
And then with the special events and the program updates that we'd like to give you, because y'all are in tune with recreation parks, I think, to some capacity, but you don't know all the exact special events. You don't know all the new programs that are up in line when registrations take place or whatnot. We almost have to plan 6 months out on these meetings because, if we meet 3 months down the road, we want to give you snapshot past that even. So, and sometimes our programs aren't even finalized with their marketing 6 months down the road. So we like to just throw this out as a recommendation, just get your input and guidance and see where it goes.
What makes up a quorum to have a meeting? Do you have to have a certain number? 4?
4 out of the 7, I believe, yes.
Okay, good.
I don't see an issue with us meeting more often, especially if we're doing something to help out and can
Yeah.
help out the community, so.
Mhm.
And I'm okay with monthly, because if you can't make it, others should be able to make it. That was my only concern. If you go monthly and everybody's so busy they can't get in here.
Right.
Because I think that's what happened. We were gonna meet veterans,
Yeah.
and Veterans Day kind of got in the way.
Right.
And then it got pushed, and it's December, really? You know?
Yeah.
And it seems like if you guys want input from us, it's always good to give us that time down the road. So we meet, and then you say, hey, listen, in the next meeting, 2 months from now, whatever it is, this is what we're gonna want from you, rather than
Correct.
if we wait 3 months, every 3 months, and,
Yeah.
it'd be too late.
Right.
And it's always easier to cancel a meeting
Yeah.
Sure is, yes.
than to bring them in, so.
Mhm.
Is there a proposal as to how often you wanna have it?
Motion for bi-monthly
Okay,
and as needed by staff direction.
okay, Jay, motion to have it bi-monthly, AJ, seconded it, all in favor?
You gotta ask for discussion.
Oh, I'm sorry, discussion, thank you.
What do you mean? So we go on a plan of every other month, and then we get a special notice in case we need to have another meeting
Correct.
sooner.
And on those, maybe we'll make it as if there's action needed.
Okay.
We won't just call a meeting to give you a quick update on St. Patty's Day or something like that. We can plan for that ahead of time,
Yeah.
so.
Okay,
Okay.
that's it.
The only discussion I would have on that is, I don't know if it's even if we're allowed to, but even if we don't have that meeting that month, maybe can we get like a update sent to us, like what's going on, and then that way we can still be in that loop?
Yes, we can always do that, yes. Yep.
Okay.
That's great, great.
So as far as the motion, it's bi-monthly meetings, and we'll leave it at that. And then if you wanted to ask for something in addition to it, is that what we're doing? You're asking for a report?
Basically, just for that month that we're not having a meeting, just to kind of what's going on, updates, and that way that we're not far behind, and then hopefully that next meeting, then we can ask questions on that if there's anything.
I have a clarifying for the bi-monthly. At the moment, the schedule is the second Tuesday of every month, so would that be bi-monthly the second Tuesday of every month, or something a little
Just
different,
leave it.
flexible?
Yeah,
Or-
Same
I
day is
prefer
same.
locking that in, that way my calendar is set.
Right, so if we have a meeting, it's gonna be
Second.
either the second of Tuesday, or we'll focus on Tuesdays, because the room's available, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Like if we
Mhm.
needed a second meeting in a month or something, we
Okay.
would just, prioritize Tuesdays.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Sorry? Oh, that's okay.
Can you amend your motion to include the Tuesday
Do we need to
directive?
withdraw the second?
No, you can just add it. So just, your motion is bi-monthly and as needed by staff, to prioritize second Tuesdays of every month.
Everybody got it?
I'm good.
Do I need to restate it so it's in my language?
You can just say
In
you
my
agree with
verbiage?
it.
So the amendment, or the motion is bi-monthly or as needed per staff, with it to remain on the second Tuesday of the month.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Passes. Did we want to make it official? Do you want to ask for some kind of report, or what is it that?
I'm just saying if there's something needed, or something going on, so like Paul was just saying out, there's all these new events coming out, so maybe something came out that's coming up soon that we would miss out on.
Yeah, so we could probably make that strictly informative, program updates, upcoming registrations, any new events, anything that really, I don't want to bring anything that, I don't want to put anything that requires action by the board.
I don't want to
So-
require extra work on anybody's part either. That's not real simple to just,
We'll
like,
send,
isn't there something the city has already? That's,
we're
tells
building
us-
it right
Building
now.
as we speak. We're
Okay.
we're actually building like an e-newsletter, which will always be on the website and possibly updated quarterly or actually biannual. So you'll have access to that, but if there's anything else that comes up, we can definitely provide those updates.
Okay.
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 If there's any closures, if there's any, you know, because sometimes we might have a project that's in the process of potentially starting, but if we met and then that program kicks off 3 weeks later, but we're not meeting yet, we may just send you a quick update. Hey, these projects are starting before our next meeting. That would help you all out. Okay.
All right, number 4 is the master
Can I
plan.
ask- can I ask a quick
Yeah,
question?
for sure.
I think this is just a point of order, so if I may. I think you've done a great job as a chair, and I'd like to make a motion that you serve another year, because it's just like we just got renewed. I think that's only a 1-year term, and then we should go around the board if anybody else wants to take that position. I don't. But I'm just trying to get it as a matter of record, right, Madeline? Get it as a matter of record that,
Yes,
Did we
I will
select a
s-
co-chair?
we did, that's
Is
Mr.
the
Rogowski.
co-chair
Yeah.
Jason is.
The co-chair like in that normal order of business, I think the co-chair
and
slides,
someone else
and
moves
then
in.
a new co is added. I'm just trying to run through Robert's rules of.
Yeah,
Well,
Well-
when there's a new chair, then
Yeah.
also a new vice chair is elected. I don't know off the top of my head if, and I'm looking at the ordinance now, if there's a directive on how often
Yeah.
the new chair needs to be, if it's annual.
That would be the question, if there's an actual term
That is
for
because
chair.
council and the CRA, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
that verbiage
that's what I was
would be in
basing it
there.
off of. The council does that every year.
So that wouldn't be out of the
Do they?
normal, but
Every
I
year,
don't know
yeah.
if that's in.
I thought,
Not per election, so, well, there's an election every year.
yeah. I guess they did, yeah.
No, Mr. Kane, so the chairman and vice chairman will be appointed by majority vote at the first meeting of each calendar year. So.
Oh, so it is today.
So that.
Somebody written, no, I'm kidding.
That on my notes for, February.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to nominate Charlie Rose as chair.
Second.
So as far as discussion
Your
goes, is there
discussion-
anybody else who
Your
would?
discussion is your denial, Molten.
Look, I have no problem doing it. If somebody else would like to step in and do it, I'm fine with that too, whatever. If you're, no?
We're good.
All right, well, thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
All right, I make a motion that Jason McCluskey holds vice chair.
All right, there's a motion.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Against?
You had your chance.
All right, so
now-
there's
now we're
another
good.
year.
Now
Just
we're
the
good to
one
go.
person against myself.
Yeah, yeah.
That's 6 more meetings. All right, number 4, master plan update.
All right, so really, we've touched on this briefly over a couple meetings ago. As you all may be aware, our master plan to obtain a consultant to help draft the plan has been funded through our CIP. So we're beginning the discussions to actually start to put this into fruition. We want to go out to bid to do an RFP to select a consultant. But we need to do a little bit of legwork. It would be Jack and I's first master plan, that we actually coordinated, for our department. I was involved with the first master plan. I know Jay was a part of it. I think Charlie, you may have been. We're also working with Seminole County Parks and Rec to get guidance from their director, because he's got a wealth of knowledge from his master planning experience, and we like to pick his brain, pros and cons, what works well, what worked well for them, what didn't work well, what we may want to consider. They can help us with the specs and everything. So we're working on work with our colleagues in the community, but we want to just kind of start your brains rolling on this and start getting some information from you. You all have involvement in the community, a wealth of knowledge. You all put in for your roles, for your commitments to helping make Parks and Rec or Rec and Parks, that cornerstone of the community. And we just want to kind of hear some of your other deep thoughts on Parks and Rec as we start planning for this process. So what we've done is we wanted to kind of get your feedback, and what we're looking for in this is we want you to answer 4 questions. This is your homework assignment. When you think about parks, recreation parks, what do you hope it represents for our community as a whole? Okay. We want you to kind of think about the vision of Oviedo for the future, and what do you think we represent as a community? Number 2, what role do you believe the recreation park should play in supporting individuals, families, and communities or neighborhoods? We're trying to put together some ideas of how we're going to shape our parks. We have to give this information to our consultant. You're going to be involved with this process down the road anyways. We're just trying to get the critical thinking out of the way, start gathering your viewpoints, maybe get you out to the parks and start seeing these areas that you haven't even seen before to kind of start giving us recommendations. We also want to know, number 3, what values or qualities are most important for recreation parks to reflect in how it serves the community. Are we underserved in some capacities? Do we need to add parks in different areas of Oviedo that we're heavily parked on the east side of town, but do we have anything on the west side of town that we could help purchase land for in the future, build up that area as an example? Okay, and then last, in your view, what would success look like for recreation parks 5 years down the road? As part of our master plan, this isn't just a one and done. We also put in for a 5-year review period of our master plan. If we were accredited for recreation parks, that's mandatory. You have to do a 5-year update to your master plan. Find out what you completed. Have things changed? Population's also growing. Have the demographics changed in our area? So we may need to regroup with that consultant after 5 years and kind of put us on a new path. Highlight the acknowledgements that we've established and have completed, but then let's find those funding sources to finish the other projects, hopefully to push us through the finish line. So this is, we're just asking you. I put March 3rd. We'd like to hear your feedback. You can provide an email to individually. Okay, don't send them to everybody, please. Madeline, would you prefer these to go to you and then you can share them, or can you? To Madeline and myself, what would be the best mode to return those back by?
I'm gonna say myself.
Okay.
And then there are things that I can compile them in the packet and I can provide it to you.
Perfect.
Just run it as a Google form and.
If I could figure out how to form it, just start to set that up.
If we do Google form, we don't have Rec and Parks Google account. We would have to create one. So that's the thing we would have to do, because I know like certain departments within the city have Google Docs, but they have like a dedicated email so they all can get on there. So that's what we would have to set up.
I was just thinking, like, on your, like, not necessarily because you guys could share that out to us later on, but just so that you guys collect that.
Yeah, because we're going to take your results. We want to review them first of all, but we'd be happy to share the consensus at the later meeting, because we'd like to kind of collaborate. See, you all might be on the same target on how to set the course for the future. What you envision, will be in the future, or there may be a few things that AJ mentions that nobody even thought of, that we might want to think about as we go through this process.
Well,
This is just very initial stage.
It
So.
gives us a little time even to ask people these questions.
Yeah.
Because that's, I think what we're supposed to do is get out in the community and take inputs, not just our thoughts, right?
Correct. Yeah. The master plan is going to involve multiple sessions with citizen input. It's going to involve interviewing our staff, recreation side. It's going to interview city council members, the department heads. You all will be involved with that process as well. The consultant's going to come in here and do a few sessions with you all too. So it's heavily entailed. It's going to be over a year process potentially. Okay, maybe a year and a half.
But we're really excited because the Rec and Parks Master Plan is 20 years old?
Yeah, it just finalized. So
And yeah, it's that old. We haven't updated it, and that's one thing that we've been talking about heavily. So that's why we're excited to get into it. We know it's going to be a daunting task, but it's really going to help shape the direction our department is heading for the future and for the community.
so
No, I think it's a great idea. And then, like, I was going to save it to the end, but since we're kind of talking about this now, I was actually going to ask, like, if it's possible, maybe us as the board can all pick a time and place and maybe go through the city for all the parks.
We would have to.
I'll say that some of them I probably have not been in, some of them I have, but it would probably be nice, like, maybe to show us in person where they're all at and walk through.
yeah, we can definitely set something up. I think we have to notice the meeting first
We just
because
have to notice it and that's it.
and we can have some alternate. If you all can't do the same meeting, we can set up a couple, maybe one evening maybe one on a weekend or something possibly, so that way with work schedules, we don't want to conflict with
So maybe
everything.
like if we don't have, I know we just voted to bring in for bi-monthly meetings, but if we have nothing going on and one of them instead of canceling it, let's see if we can go out and actually see these before we start this, and
Yeah.
because everybody's got different eyes. We can all see something different, and maybe then it gets ideas when we're walking around.
Mhm.
Well, and that kind of leads into what's next on the list, but same with our master plan. Even if you guys just email Paul and I, and one of you has the availability during the day and asks, can you just walk me around Long Lake Park for an hour? We'll gladly meet you at the park, walk you through it, point out some of the hardships that we've had, our successes, and just kind of give you what we know about the park, and then take y'all's feedback too. We have no problem doing that.
And we can do individually or groups, whatever works best for y'all. It's a great suggestion. We can work with y'all.
Get you out of the baseball fields and him out of the pool for once.
I've seen baseball fields and playgrounds. It's about where it comes.
Yeah.
We could go to the original pool.
It all started for Jay.
No, I'm talking Sweetwater Park.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
If you can find it. It's there. It's buried some, it's buried.
I know where it is.
Is it in the parking lot?
Mhm.
That's what I thought. Okay.
We can bring it back in the future. So really on this one, there's no action items that we're requesting from y'all. It's really just an assignment that we'd like to get your feedback on, and send your comments back to Miss Madeline if you can, and we will review them, I'll share all the findings with the board members at a later date. So
You're gonna send that out to us?
it's in your packet. We can.
Oh, it
send
is?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
good.
in your packet.
All right.
You're
I
getting-
read it.
You're getting those emails,
Quickly.
right? Okay.
Yeah, I actually went through the whole packet this time.
Any
I was in the
format,
car on the way here.
any format is fine. You don't need to go crazy on this. Just as long as I know which
Great.
numbers are which answers, then that'll help us out. So. All right.
Awesome.
Can you send that back to us just in the email itself?
Yeah.
I think that'll help. I still like to.
All right, anything else on the master plan?
No, that's
update?
it, sir.
All right. Capital improvement plan updates.
All right. So I'm gonna let Jack take the lead on some of this. I may throw in a
You want to
few.
do the current projects first?
Yeah, I'll tag in if we need it. We just wanted to give you a quick update on our current larger scale projects. These are a combination of ARPA that we're finishing up, grants, as well as CIP. So Jack, if you want to just maybe take the lead and go through, and we can chime in.
Yeah, sure. So out at OSC, we're getting the new parks maintenance building, which has been much needed. They're probably 75% of the way done at this point. So we're hoping to get that building released to us probably within the next few weeks. It's if you knew anything about the OSC park shop like Jason does, it was atrocious. Their break room was an old bathroom converted into a break room, so we have since changed that. They actually are going to have an office, a break room, and a bath facility in there. For the splash zone, we have the new play structure and surfacing. We're hoping to finish that within the next few weeks as well, and try to do a little soft opening during spring break to get the community excited about it. The new play structure actually has a 200-gallon bucket on top of it that dips over and will splash down on everybody. That was the one feature I really
And
wanted.
I think it's
there.
every 90 seconds it'll drop. So
Yeah.
At Center Lake Park?
no, it's
No,
at the Gym and Aquatics facility.
Gym and Aquatic facility.
Oh,
That
okay.
the play structure that was rusting out from the inside out is completely gone and is completely replaced, and it's a lot of stainless steel now, so it should last a lot longer. Interior, exterior painting, we've done all types of painting through facility maintenance. Same with our carpet replacement. We're getting ready to redo the council chambers there. Round Lake Park, we've been working on that grant. Well, Paul's been heavily involved with OCIA and the Johnson Hill Washington Heights community group as well. We took the old OCIA police substation and we blew out all the walls and made it one big open meeting room now. So it's really nice in there. We will gladly give you guys a tour of that facility. It's almost done.
And you'll be invited to. We will do
Mhm.
one or two. We'll do some ribbon cuttings for that facility. It's a grant, so we'll probably do an opening for the building once all the amenities are completed. The artwork won't be done until later in the year, so we'll probably do a smaller event working with the two support groups of the grant. Maybe like a small art show of some sort to unveil those with the artists, and we'll invite the board members to that event. Both events down the road.
And then continue on, the OSC Connector Trail has started. We had to stop. We're just getting the last of the permit stuff finalized, but we will have a connecting trail from the sports complex to Shane Kelly Park, which will then connect to Lockwood Boulevard. So we'll have connectivity from Lockwood Boulevard all the way over that direction. Round Lake Park, the Owens property, that is the corner parcel right across from that Shell gas station. That's where we're actually going to extend the boardwalk that's currently around Round Lake to end there. We're going to add a fishing pier off of it at a later date. We're also going to have a pavilion and a sidewalk added there.
So the pavilion is encumbered already. I met with the contractor this morning, and we're going to be going quickly with the sidewalk installation, and then we'll go out to bid for the fishing pier and the boardwalk here within the next few months. And if we fall within funding, great. If we don't, we'll have to just request a budget amendment to find the extra funds using impact fees.
Can I ask a quick question about Round Lake for that
Yeah.
project?
Yeah.
I know we talked about this a while ago, but was there ever anything up about connecting the small little trail back by Field G, like a gate over there to Round Lake?
So
We discussed that, and I forget where we landed on that. There was something. What was it?
yeah, we've discussed that several times. I want to say it had to do with access in the park and making sure, if having people in the park after hours up until 10 o'clock. If there
Or
weren't
it'd be
any
just like a
games.
gate that you're doing
Yeah.
for the
opening.
the trail.
Yeah.
The trail's gonna have a gate too, right?
We should probably look at that.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
I'm like I said, I'm just going in and I know it was already in the stuff that was sent out,
Oh.
and I know y'all are gonna go over it, but my concern is this parking situation that's about to come up.
Right, so we can look at that. I think if you add a sidewalk connection from the sidewalk up, it may not be ADA. I think it might be too steep to.
Well, we don't have ADA on the overflow lot right now either, so.
Well, but it's,
I'll look at it and I'll get
Okay.
back to you on that.
yeah, we can always consider that to see and always add it to
Yeah.
our list of,
Yeah, I just, like I said, I know that project was going on, that's why it ties in together.
yep.
Riverwoods Park, we're getting ready to do a new playground and restroom facility on the Macaulay Court side. If you've never been to Riverwoods Park, this is my favorite park we have because nobody knows about it. It's a 41-acre parcel that is literally just walking trails. If you go out there right now, currently, you will see some hog traps though, so just be wary. We've had some hog issue out there.
And then really quick on that one too, we recently met with the Division of Forestry with the state. There was some social media posts about potential doing some prescribed burns in that area. So we brought them out because we actually met with them last year on this, and it wasn't, that area is not a candidate to do a burn. That's too close proximity to the neighborhoods.
Isn't council doing a project on that now to see what we're required for that? Because I think that got
That's
brought
what,
up.
yeah, you got brought up. That's why we
Yeah.
brought. It's part of our grant. It's actually one of our clauses in our FCT management plan is to actually do a study on the prescribed burn, and whatever that calls for, follow suit with that. Well, it's been recommended that we potentially will not do a ban.
The state won't approve it.
We're going to be bringing the state in to present this to council at a later date.
Okay.
So if they listen to this, they'll probably get a preliminary note. But we are going to do a mitigation. We're going to control all the probably 30 feet off
Off of the property line, basically.
and they'll take it all down. So we'll get all the fuel out of there, all the low-lying fuel. Some of it's overgrown up to 4 feet tall in some cases. So it'll actually make the park look nice, but also take care of any
And they're going to be
issues.
They're going to also carve in a access trail on the north end of the park because they wouldn't have any access at that end. So there will be a boundary carved in so that way, if in the event anything happens, the state forestry can get out there quickly.
And the good thing is there's no funding for the city. It's
Yeah.
just we have to do an agreement, and we just have to maintain it after they come in.
And I think they treat it every 5 years or something like that.
Yep.
Are you adding another dog park, so we'll have 3?
At Riverside Park, we are under the FERDAP grant. We're actually going to be redoing the parking lot resurfacing. We're going to renovate that multi-purpose field, kind of level it out a little bit more so we can put more practices out there. We are going to place a dog park at Riverside, even though it is the unofficial dog park for us. And then we're also going to be replacing a lot of the amenities. One of the things you'll see in a lot of our parks coming down the line is we're swapping out a lot of our plastic coated metal amenities, picnic tables, benches, and we're going to a straight recycled plastic on everything. We get a way better warranty. We get a 50-year warranty out of it compared to the other, which was 30. So, and in the event someone carves into it, we flip a board over and reattach it. So it's just making life easy there.
Okay, I just want to get clear in my head, that's not the dog park at the other end of Shane Kelly, right?
No.
It's
This is
the
a
whole
brand new
whole new
park.
one.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we'll have 3 separate locations in the city now.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
It's where you do Tai Chi.
Huh?
It's the Tai Chi place.
Yeah,
We'll have dog park there.
we'll have a dog park in that field out there
Oh.
where you're doing the Tai Chi.
So,
There's a
so,
park there.
so if people won't be allowed to let their dogs run around like normal?
We're gonna try to keep them
We're
in the
gonna-
fenced-in area. We'll have to
Yeah.
put signs and follow ordinances on this, and it's gonna be education, obviously, up front.
Yeah.
We'll do a lot of that well beforehand, and then it'll just be,
Just show them the picture of the gator you caught now.
Yes, exactly. Well, they've got 2 over 12 feet over there. At Shane Kelly Park, we have the FCT grant, but we're replacing both. We're replacing the current playground at Shane Kelly Park, which is next to the concession stand. It became a safety liability, so we ripped it out before the new one was manufactured, but we got rid of it. That one actually should be delivered on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're also adding a playground next to the Bark Park at Shane Kelly. But where the playground is going is we're also going to put in restroom out by that Bark Park because the restroom is so far on the opposite side, and that park is very spread out. So we're bringing in an additional bathroom facility to help everybody out there.
Jack, let me make a comment. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back to Riverside.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wanna commend and thank Michael McGarvey and his staff
Okay, thank
for
you.
doing an outstanding job. My family and I had a gathering
Mm-hmm.
at the community center. And we had about, I guess, about 200 people.
All our tables and chairs.
Yeah, yeah. And Michael and his staff worked very hard to really meet our needs. And we got great comments from the community about how hard he worked and his staff. The facility was just beautiful, and it worked out well. So I wanted the board to know that, especially you, Paul. and
I appreciate
Jack.
it.
And for the record, that he received high commendations for his hard work he and his staff. I
Well, we
just wanted to
appreciate
say
it.
that.
Well, appreciate the kind
They
words.
didn't have to do that, but they did, and it was so kind. We appreciate
Anything
it.
for that punch. That punch was awesome.
All right.
Well, we will definitely make sure Michael gets his acknowledgement
Very good.
from
Thank
the
you, Jack.
recognition.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
I just wanted to say that. I don't.
We appreciate that. You guys don't understand. The good comments are few and far between for us. So when we hear those things, it means a lot. So thank you.
Excellent.
You want Lynn being the athletic director?
Yeah. New scoreboards. The 2 basketball scoreboards at the gym are going to be replaced. They have arrived. We're just waiting for the installer to tell us when they're coming in. And then new park amenities, like I said, Riverside, Sweetwater, Round Lake, and Boston Hill Park are going to be all swapped out to recycled plastic. And as we continue down the line, we're going to transition all of our facilities to that. Minus Solari Park and Center Lake Park, they're going to stay with those nice wrought iron benches and trash cans, receptacles, and everything along those lines. City Hall chiller, that is through our facility maintenance. The chiller, the main HVAC unit for City Hall, the floorboard are completely rotted out, so it's time to replace it, so we're doing that. Same with facility maintenance, we're working on replacing all of the windows at the police department. It is a lot, so it's a big project coming down the line. We're also working with facility maintenance on Fire Station 48's bathroom renovations. They have 3 bathrooms in the fire station that are original to the building, and the building's, I want to say 15 years old maybe. So we're gonna be cleaning that up for them. I don't know what parking sign replacement is off the top of my head.
So one of our CIP projects was replacing all of our monument signs at our park
Oh,
entrances.
yeah.
So if you've been at the gym, you may have seen a new sign in front of the gymnasium. It has a city seal on it with a Recreation Parks
Sports
logo.
complex, yeah.
On Monday, we just replaced the sports complex, Long Lake Park, Sweetwater Park, and Shane Kelly Park. I'm going to be finalizing the remaining parks like Boston Hill Park, but we're also going to cover City Hall entrance here. That sign's been outdated. Police already had theirs updated, but we're going to do City Hall, and whatever's remaining, we're going to update our rules signs like on the tennis courts and basketball courts throughout the city with the remaining budget. So I just want to show that up there because it was a CIP project.
Carpet replacement, we're replacing in the cultural center, the main room. We're gonna be replacing that carpet here shortly, and then over at the water treatment plant, by the ale house. We're also gonna be replacing the flooring in the back there in the offices for all the staff. The fire panel replacement is for Fire Station 48. The fire panel just went bad, so they're actually on fire watch right now until the panel gets replaced, which means one of the fighters has to walk the building once every hour to verify there is no fire in every room. So we had to do that at the gym for a while too. Center Lake Park, we're actually gonna be artificial turfing that side lawn between the playground and the cultural center. We actually have our concrete vendors gonna be out tomorrow afternoon. They're gonna be putting a sidewalk in that side lawn closer to the boardwalk, just so we have that complete connectivity. And then after our exceptional event in March, we will bring the vendor in. It'll take them about a week and a half, but they're gonna rip out all of that grass and just make it all artificial turf, so that way it looks green year round, so we don't have to deal with it.
And there may be more turf coming in potentially, but
Yes.
we're gonna seek guidance from y'all on that to get your thoughts on it.
And then one of the swan boats at Center Lake Park is going to be replaced. We're just getting the funding squared away for shipping, which was about half the price of the replacement boat.
Still no chicken boats, huh?
Yeah, no chicken boat. It's gonna be another swan boat.
Okay.
They don't make chicken boats. And when they were gonna open the park, Drew looked into it, and to get it custom made was astronomical, so we abandoned that idea. Fleet floor, our public works fleet, we're replacing all of the flooring throughout the whole office area, and then we also have fountain refurbishments for Center Lake Park that we will be starting on soon. Well, a lot of those fountains have tile and things along those lines that are on them that the kids have been throwing rocks at and they keep chipping off. So we're gonna probably get away from the small glass tiles and go to bigger tiles, just so that way it'll be easier to maintain. But we'll probably bring that back to you guys too.
That's pretty much what we've been working on this past year. I mean, it's a lot of stuff's going on in Rec and Parks. We're also going to try to create some sort of platform that we could, I think it was recommended by Jason, to get all of these projects on our website so the public can see what's going on in our community.
Yeah, like I said, that's just always a good thing, even for everybody. Is even like I said, I have people asking me like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Don't know," because like one of the ones was I got questioned, "Where did the signs go? Somebody stole them?" So,
Well, we didn't say anything. We were waiting to see how long it took people to notice too.
so well, they like I said, they noticed, and then they noticed more because whoever took the signs down or the staff afterwards put the lights up to the trees. So the top of the trees were really lit.
No, that's hilarious.
So
Okay, I'll talk to them about
But
that.
but I do have a question about the maintenance building real quick, because I didn't see it on here and I haven't heard nothing else about it. But we've got this nice building now. What are we doing with the chemical shed?
Oh, the chemical shed
It's
is
already been
gone.
surplus.
Oh, it's gone?
No, it's going to
The
be.
contractor
Okay.
is going to pick up at the
Okay.
end of the install.
Okay,
So in the shop, we built a chemical containment area
Okay.
that because we don't store very much product because when we order it, it's out within a week. So we're just gonna put it in the chemical containment area, but we do have certain things that they keep on hand that's in that shed. So as soon as they get access to the building, we're gonna take all that, put it in the shop, and then that chemical storage building's gone.
okay.
Yeah, because I know it's an eyesore.
Well, I was just saying you got a nice building and then you got a rusty, falling apart building.
Yes.
So
Right.
I've already got it surplus. We already got it at the PO to remove it. We just are basically waiting for the shop to be done.
okay.
So,
Question,
yes.
large scale project, Veterans Tribute, the sinking building, the sinking tribute. Is that on anybody's radar yet?
It's on our radar. Yeah, we actually met with Public Works city manager just to share the findings from the consultant, and what we're going to be doing is working with our assistant city manager, who's the chair of the CRA. We're going to try to see if, because we all believe that project could be CRA eligible potentially, so we're going to try to get it added to the project list, and then try to, within the next year. I think we talked about October with the next fiscal year.
Okay.
Try to get that project rolling.
Well, we got two issues over by that veterans area. We have obviously some settling issues that we're gonna bring in the fill to bring it back up, but we have a bad stormwater issue too. So that's where we worked with Public Works and some of our consultants to come up with the stormwater drainage system that will be installed as well. So that will help
Okay.
with that area.
Good. I know the tile you're talking about surround the
Yeah.
that fountain too.
Yeah, we
so.
got
Yeah.
tile refurbishment, so we're gonna try to, that's the tile refurbishment project that we could possibly, I don't even, did I put that on? Oh, fountain refurbishment.
Yeah, so that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
that was on there. I knew, I
Yeah.
recognized that one because
Yeah.
we were looking at all the tiles at Veterans Day.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so we're
Yeah,
gonna.
we
go
have a
some-
nice bucket full of just tiles that have broken off, and over time, I've gone in and actually put some back in, but now it's just gotten so far gone that.
And then on the Veterans Tribute, as we make those repairs on the road for the erosion plus of the sagging of the sinking structure,
Right.
we'll always keep in the back of our mind the potential if we fill that monument up. What are we gonna
what's
do
the next
for
step?
what's the
Do
next
a
step?
higher- Another higher wall or something. I have no idea.
Or we would probably go to the Public Arts Board and we may put a call to artists to design something for us, and we get the
Okay.
funding for, we see what the cost is of that, and then we just find the funds for it.
Okay.
So,
All right.
That was really successful this year. We added 35 names to that wall.
Yeah.
That is the largest other than when we opened it up
Yeah.
at one time.
If you want to pull up the CIP list real quick. All right, so one of the other things that we sent you, or is in your packet, it's 18 different pages of, these are rec and park specific CIP
You can see
requests
it.
that we have gone through each year. So we provided you guys with all 18 that are rec and park specific. Some of them we're probably gonna pull off this year, but we wanted you guys to review them, give us any input you see, or if there's a CIP project that maybe we don't have listed that you would like to see from our department coming down the line. I know some of that will come with our master plan as well, but this is kind of like, so we have our FCT management plan for Shane Kelly.
yeah, we'll probably breeze through these.
Yeah, breeze through them. The artificial turf maintenance, which in the last couple of weeks, we redetermined how we're gonna approach this one, but we do have some areas within Center Lake Park, since it is a high trafficked area, we wanted to do that. Our Musco lighting upgrades, we're trying to get all of our sports lighting upgraded to LED retrofits. We were able to get, not the splash zone, but the big Kahuna pool LED retrofits this year, but we're also looking at other facilities as well, and we're working with OBR on the sports complex, playground structures and PIP. And a lot of our playgrounds, you'll see that PIP, the pour in place is what it's called, but you'll also notice that some of ours, we've transitioned to the artificial turf as well. Artificial turf actually is our preferred because with that PIP, it shrinks over time, and then you have additional repairs that come with it. The kids pick at it, and so you get those big chunks. But that's kind of our schedule. Shane Kelly, the top one we already did. Our next big ticket item is Friendship Park. That is our oldest playground in our park system at this point. It is October 2007 is when it was installed. And if you haven't seen the Friendship Park playground, it is a monstrosity. It's about 25 feet tall. It has 3 different levels to it. It's our most heavily used playground, I would say, outside of Center Lake Park and Round Lake. But we're looking at replacing that coming down the line. Center Lake Park at some point.
And this list will probably change when we go through our CIP. I don't think Long Lake is actually in pretty good condition, so
Yeah.
that might get pushed back a couple of years.
Mhm.
Center Lake and Round Lake will probably jump up to earlier years.
Someone asked me a question one time, and I haven't had a chance to bring it up. It's a perfect time. Since Friendship Park is on Broadway,
Mhm.
is there any structures there to prevent a vehicle from veering off into the park? There's no safety barriers at all to stop that. There's no other park like that that's on a main thoroughway.
The only thing that's there is a fence,
The fence and some trees.
and then the uphill to get
I'm
up to.
just
Yeah.
letting you know,
Yeah.
someone had brought that to me, a citizen had brought that to me.
Right.
I said, I just haven't had it up here to bring it up, so just food for thought.
Yep, I'm writing it down.
Is there been discussion about that property that's behind the swamp area in the back of the pool where the archery is? There's a gated.
That fencing area?
Yes.
So I'm gonna be, just give you a heads up, I'm gonna be removing that fence and just getting it back down to like ground level. And remove those little, it was like a small ropes course, way back, I wanna say.
But it's always
12 years ago.
underwater.
It's underwater
Right,
for the
right.
summertime, but we don't have any current development there. I know that there is a plan for the new road,
The mobility.
going through off of Oviedo Boulevard to the neighborhood. is it Doctor's Drive, I think?
Yeah, it's gonna split between the apartment complex and the pool.
When does that go?
I don't know.
It's
I don't have enough
it's in the
data.
process. I couldn't give you timelines, but I know
There's gonna be a lot of
it's-
mitigation on the wetlands back there, so.
Oh,
um,
boy, yeah.
But
you
we don't
could
have
probably
anything.
get a bunch of kickboards back
We
there.
don't have anything slated for
They're gonna,
that,
they're gonna find a lot of stuff back there.
Yes.
but there's nothing slated if you're asking for the development or
Okay.
anything. That's where the lazy river was supposed to go. as you
Right,
recall, yeah.
right.
Which-
Okay.
So,
We found the plans once on the lazy river, but I haven't found them since. I found where the dive well was supposed to go.
you know, that's a good question, because you have a question, that's an open property,
It
open
is-
parcel. And if you've got a recommendation for us to review and research, you know, such as if you wanna make a request to add an amenity there, such as a, you
Well,
know,
I was
something,
thinking-
like a facility, you know,
I
we
was
could look at
thinking
it.
you had a lot of people in that park, a lot of people out there that use it.
Mm-hmm.
There's, if it was like a little, almost like a little exercise area.
Like the archery, we
You
do
know,
archery back there on the targets. We do have exercise at Shane Kelly Park or on the trail.
Mhm.
As long as it's not underwater, I mean, that's something we're considering for Long Lake Park. We already got the quote to add exercise equipment around Long Lake in that neighborhood, as well as some activities for seniors only, as well as general population. So that's another amenity that would be through the master
I'm just
plan.
curious, it's been there for
I know.
23 years and,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, quickly going back through it, we have shade structures next. We're trying to put shade structures over our playgrounds to get longevity out of them.
I will share with you that shade structures have been discussed with council at some meetings, and whether does it really, how effective is it with UV protection and all that. But our goal was to cover most of our playgrounds to help with cooling the temperature down and protecting the kids and the parents as well. But most of our structures are covered. Some of them may not make sense based on the amount of trees that are covering and
Did
creating
the
maintenance and everything.
sports complex ever get put back up, those couple of panels that blew down from last year
Panels.
from the shade structures?
Oh yeah. We got all new shade sails
Okay.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston Hill Park master plan. Part of that was to use stormwater grant to redo some of that park, because when Ian hit, Boston Hill was inundated with water in the neighborhood that butts up to Boston Hill. Some of the water from the park actually ended up in their homes, so that's
This
part
was
of the reason.
this is actually a program that we actually went after a land and water grant for the state twice. We did not get funded for it both times, and so but through the process they actually funded half of it in our plan. We don't have the authority to go forth with it because we don't have the other $350,000. So we're gonna put the money back into our impact fees, and then Public Works is gonna go forth with the stormwater improvements in the park. We'll reassess Boston Hill to see what other improvements can come through the master plan or other efforts down the road, so.
Next is the Riverside sand filter replacement. If you know anything about the Riverside pool, it was built in the late 80s, under late 80s pool technology, and I hate that filter, but that is one thing that we were trying to do, is get rid of the filter that's built into the ground right there. We would keep that tank as a holding tank, but we would actually put a sand filter, one of the like pill style big heavy duty ones, in the pump room to then backwash from there, because right now to backwash the Riverside pool, it's a series of opening and closing 10 different valves just to backwash it. So trying to get away from that.
Memories.
Yes. But that's a Riverside pool filter replacement. Musco sports lighting installation for the lower fields, multi-purpose fields. We actually are probably going to be moving forward with that here shortly, using our rec impact fees. We're still under review with that, and also getting the quotes all lined up together. But we're looking at the lower fields of Shane Kelly. If you know anything, when you drive in, the first 3 soccer fields are lit. Then we have the lower pad with 3 other more fields. Those are not lit, and when it's daylight savings, we actually have to rent light towers to bring in for our programs and the soccer program. So this is going to help not have to spend that cost on those rentals. But in the wall lighting those lower fields, we're actually going to light the Bark Park training area, and the new playground area. So that will be lit until 10 o'clock every night. So the Bark Park at Shane Kelly, instead of closing at dusk, will now actually close at 10 o'clock. So that's what we're looking to do there. Next one, where are we at? Big Kahuna shade extension. We do have on the east corner of the pool deck, and with the Blue Dolphins support, we were able to get the first half of that side of the deck with the shade structure. We're just looking to continue that all the way along the south end of the pool, so we have a nice shaded area for everybody when they come visit the facility.
A while ago.
The other thing with the shade is, we talked about continuing all the way through, but I know there's been some folks that have requested shade on the other side where spectators sit too.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually might consider, putting shade on both sides of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we can talk about, with our, with Charlie obviously, but also if you all go to the pool and visit it, you'll see that, there might be a need for additional shade in the facility.
And then sport field renovations, Shane Kelly Park, Field 3 is the only field we have not renovated, and it has not really had any TLC since probably like Hurricane Charlie hit. So we're trying to put some TLC into that field. We may have found a little bit of a mechanism to get a lot of that done. At OSC, the softball field on Field 3 is it's in dire need of work. Part of the issues with Field 3 is when they installed the irrigation system, they put it too shallow, so they can't aerate the field. So, and if they aerate the field, then they blow out the line. So that's the one field in the entire complex that doesn't get the TLC like all the other fields do. So that's why we want to do that.
Is there a timeline on that, or?
We need to get the funding first.
That's why,
Okay.
So that's why it's in there to get the funding.
Right now, last year we requested it for next year, so as you know, when we submit these requests, it goes through a scoring process with the directors, and then it goes to council. High priority items would maybe get funded, depending on available funds. If it's a liability, it gets bumped up higher. This one, we can run it through this course, and we can help make the pitch. It's kind of where we kind of rely on the board members to get your input on these projects. If you have any high recommendations, we can share those with city council through the budget process, and it might help justify other requests that they're not really considering. So,
Next one, Sweetwater Park driveway improvements. That's actually halfway being done right now with Magnolia Street getting resurfaced and everything. They're actually going to take the entrance, which if you go to Sweetwater Park, you feel like you're turning into somebody's house to get to the entrance. That road right there up into our swing gate is getting redone. So it's just basically from the swing gate into the park, we would have to do a little bit of improvements on.
and then we're going to look at options on improving the roadway going down to the actual parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe we're going to be able to asphalt any of that, but we can do some other things with crushed stone,
Mm-hmm.
for give it more stability, maybe widen it a little bit for.
We have
right
to
now
be-
the trees are.
We have to be cautious because
close.
obviously that park butts up to Sweetwater Creek, which is a FEMA designated emergency creek for draining water out. So we have to be very conscious with not only the FEMA requirements, but St. John's River.
Is the problem with that been like the pitting or something? Is that what, are you getting complaints about it?
There's just so many damn trees in
You're
there.
weaving through there, and it's
Yeah.
it's tight. Where there's a couple palm trees that are leaning, that are getting close. We might have to remove a palm tree or two, but we just want to make sure the road is stable. It's actually held up very well. I think
Yeah.
our staff have to go in there off and on just to fill in some potholes, but for the 20 years I've been here, we haven't done a whole lot of updates to that little roadway. So
It's kind of a
held
nice,
up.
it's kind of a nice little,
I like it. So if we can keep that, because that's that's one of our oldest parks.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That just the feel of the park is that entrance.
that's what that was where I was going with this. I was kind of thinking it's kind of cool driving back there thinking, you're getting away from everything.
Yeah.
Next one is close to Jason, parking lot improvement plan. So at the sports complex, we have what we call the Stubbs property, which is the property directly across the street from the sports complex that we utilize for overflow parking for baseball tournaments that nature. But with the widening of Broadway, we lose that property and we lose our overflow lot. So one of the things that we're really looking at is we want to do a study of the sports complex current parking situation and figure out what we need to do to basically make it uniform, first of all, because it is kind of a free-for-all, which drives Jason insane during tournaments, because there's a spot in the back corner that you can get 3 cars deep, but then if you're the middle car, you're stuck. So we've been trying to get parking bumpers out there and get creative with it, but we do have an issue coming down the line with losing our overflow parking that is going. So we're looking at trying to do a study to really tell us what we can do with the parking lot and then go out and try to get the appropriate things done so we can meet the needs of everybody. Outdoor restroom renovations. If you've been to Friendship Park, Sweetwater Park, recently, we've actually done full bathroom renos through ARPA funds, but we want to get all of the remaining park restrooms that are older up to snuff. We're trying to get kind of the standard. If you've been to Solari Park, that's kind of what we're working with as the standard for all of our bathrooms. So it's just a continuation. Long Lake Park is probably one of our most atrocious bathrooms, if in my opinion. So that's where I'd love to get those done, but I mean, obviously we have a lot of projects. We can keep going.
So, but real quick on that one there,
Yeah.
Jack. Is there a way to add a note to, like, I know these all still have to get approved, and then you go, it's basically by priority and
Mm-hmm.
basically life safety and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
OSC 1, that's where we have basically sewage coming into the concession stands while we're in there during high use events because the toilets are all leaking.
Did they get it this last time?
I'll know the next event.
Next
but
event, let
yeah,
me know,
that's-
because I think that they think they isolated it to the one with the
Yeah,
bad
I'm just
wax
saying, but
ring,
that's
but I
where-
know where you're coming from with
It's
that.
just basically, like I said, I don't know if you can add that into their, like,
Yeah, I'll add that
reasoning
comment.
why, because, like I said, now we're walking around in sewage water trying to serve food.
Yeah, I got you. I can definitely add that into the comment
So-
sections up here in the description, and that's where, with the CIP forms that we submit, if you all as a board have a higher priority, I can write into the description justification that this is highly supported by the Rec and Parks Advisory Board, because these documents go in front of our city council as well, and they go through it. They go with the recommendation from the director's vote as well, but when you have, the more information I have in there, the more I can
It's
get.
almost like putting you all through the same exercise we go through, is
Yeah.
give you the list of all the projects, let you all provide us your feedback. You rank them 1 through 35, whatever the numbers are, based on your priority. We'll take all of your results, tabulate them, and see how they score as a board, and we can share that with the directors. We can share it with the council members. You know, I'm not saying it's gonna have any traction, but you know, it may provide some insight. It might help us with some of these projects too.
And that's kind of like what I was talking about too, about like our off months and stuff, is maybe if we had something like this or whatever, like, and not saying that all of us have time or get to all of them, but maybe we can go through and add notes to them and send them back to y'all.
Yes.
And I know council does the same thing. They review stuff and then put notes and questions. So
So with the CIPs that you guys have currently, if you have notes and stuff, please get that to me within the next 2 weeks, because we have our CIP kickoff meeting next Wednesday.
okay.
And then I get like a 4-week time period to get the whole document together.
It's probably safe to say, like, if you want to review this information, visit the parks, and provide feedback, I mean, maybe send those remarks back with your homework assignment on the master plan, possibly.
And if
We
you
can
want
add
to
it
come
us,
out to
'cause
the
that'll
office.
that'll give us plenty of time to update our plan before we go to.
And if you want to
So-
come out to our office, sit down and go through it with us, please let us know. We have no problem with that. Our offices are out at Shane Kelly. Pool/splash pad resurfacing. The splash zone, Riverside pool or Marsite, so they have to be replastered every 8 to 10 years. The Olympic pool is a liner pool, so it's a vinyl liner. We just had that replaced a few years ago. We went from the first generation liner that they ever designed, we're on the 7th. That's how far behind we were, so we should be in a better place. But like the splash zone's getting resurfaced with that play structure, so that'll be further down the line. Riverside just got resurfaced after Ian flooded it. The splash pad with those life floor tiles, we're gonna probably replace in the next few years. So just those are the certain things. We call them out just so we don't forget them. Moving along.
Question, Jack.
Yes.
Marsite tile in the pool
hmm
doesn't have a long lifespan,
Your Marsite in your pool,
yeah?
you can stretch the longevity of it if you balance the chemicals appropriately, but the one thing that people don't realize is that water needs calcium. And if you don't put calcium in your pool and you have Marsite pools, The water of the pool will actually take the calcium out of like your grout in your tiles, and that's what makes your tiles start falling.
If y'all have home pools, it's called stabilizer that you have to add regularly, and it'll help. But
That's what the contract said.
yeah.
Yep, but calcium is the big component. We learned that with the Olympic pool, with some of the tiles that were on there.
Yeah.
The water stole all the grout out of the tiles. That's why they started falling off the wall. At Shane Kelly, we're looking. That's what we have at OSC. Those are just little storage containment areas that have top dressing sand, clay, and dirt in them. We're looking to just add one at the Shane Kelly Park for the soccer fields, just so that way the parks guys have a place to store it instead of it just sitting out in the elements and the wind comes through, it starts blowing it all away. OSC scorers tables. If you go out to OSC, the softball side is in good shape, but all of our baseball side are atrocious. They need to be replaced, and in some cases, the one picture on the right, you can see the bench is still there, but the picture on the left, the bench is completely corroded away. So we're looking, it would help for obviously OBR and Little League to have like decent scorers tables behind the catchers. Riverside Park locker room renovations. Those locker rooms are 35 years old, and I like to say they're prison style showers because they're completely wide open and you really have no privacy, and in some cases
Well, the handles are like 3 feet tall. They put them
Yes.
in for like little kids. So,
so we're just looking to spruce it up. And then the last one is our capital outlay request. The ones that have lines through them are stuff that was funded this year that we've done. Others are the carryover. So like we have replacement equipment for our fitness room and adding in a couple of elements to the fitness room, basketball goal replacements. We have a swan boat replacement for the next 3 years. We got the first one this year. We're hoping to replace all 3 by the year 27-28. So
even if you go through these are the items that are $5,000 to $25,000 for one item. Okay, so it's a capital outlay request. We don't have as many requests in this area, but it's something to look at. So,
but that's where, just give us your feedback on that. If there's something that you think that we're missing that could be added to CIP, by all means, let us know. But the faster you get it to me, the faster I can get pricing on it, so that way I can get it submitted. All right, lastly from me, I just got a quick snapshot of everything coming down the line. This is from our January newsletter, so it's gonna be a lot of January and February focused things, but I'll get you March and April. So coming down the line, the different events, we just had our MLK parade and celebration down at Center Lake Park. Daddy-daughter dance was just this past Saturday. If you're a golfer, our Relay for Life golf tournament is this Friday. The 21st, we'll have a comedy night, and then they're doing the free movie in the park as well. So that's all of those. At the gym and aquatic facility, youth volleyball registration is currently open. Closes on March 4th or until full, and then the league will start on March 28th. Currently, youth basketball is in session. Aquatics has a lot of different things going on. They have the lifeguard certifications coming down the line. If you got a younger child, you got to be 15 to become a certified lifeguard, but we offer the junior lifeguard program that they get a lot of those life-saving skills taught to them, and then they actually volunteer and shadow the lifeguards over the summer. It's just a good feeder program to build our lifeguard staff. And Riverside Park, which is Michael's domain, they've got a lot going on with the senior programming. You're at over 250?
241.
241. So since the senior center started, we've been tracking how many passes we have. So we're at 241 pass holders. We also have our HAP program, which is our homeschool activity program, SNAP special needs, Zumba as well. We have senior line dancing and we have regular line dancing. We have Tai Chi. Quilts for Valor just did a thing, or they're about to?
Last Friday we had.
Last Friday.
It ended up being 9 people. Got
Yeah.
quilts.
So they, and then a shout out to our trades worker, Daniel, who's on the lift right there. Next page is all of the additional events coming down the line. We have St. Patrick's Day on Saturday, March 14th? Saturday?
It's the 14th, yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Then we have Exceptional on the 28th, movie in the park, more comedy nights. We have 5 comedians lined up this year for the series. Terry did a good job getting those. mother-son dance coming down the line, and then top it all off, we'll stop at the midway point, the 250th celebration of our country with the fireworks display. And are we doing the indoor festival again? Or are we just doing fireworks?
I
Or
think-
two-
no, we're doing the similar. from
Yeah,
last year,
so we're gonna do a lot of stuff inside the mall because it's cool, climate controlled, and then kick everybody out to go watch the
Yeah,
fireworks.
last year was good there.
Yeah.
It was a good event, and I never have truly seen that many people at the mall
Same
before.
with
Yeah.
it was
Yes.
crowded. Yeah.
So walking through the mall, kind of shoulder to shoulder, the whole mall was kind of interesting.
Mhm. So yeah, oh yeah, and then summer camp registrations. Currently, right now, spring break camp is open, but summer camp registration opens in a month. On March 9th, it is going to be chaos. I would not suggest going to the gym or Riverside, well, mostly the gym on Monday, March 9th, because from about 8 a.m. till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they're just going to be doing summer camp registrations.
And it's best to do your online registration for
Yes.
this. You don't have to wait in line. So
Yes.
But make sure they already have an account.
Yes,
If
make
anyone
sure
asks
you.
They can't sign up online without having an account already, so send them early.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's, I think, everything from me.
that's our snapshot for programs. So we just wanted to kind of fill you in on that, and we'll keep doing that as we go progress to the next meeting. So
Awesome.
all right.
I don't know if you want to add it or not, because this is something that we do, the city supports us. It's the Florida's Fallen Memorial that goes out the 2 weeks, the week before, the week after Memorial Day. That's when we have a ceremony over at the Oviedo Cemetery.
What was it
Yes.
called? The Florida?
Florida's Fallen Memorial.
Thank you.
What it is, it's for every veteran service member that has died since 9/11 from the state of Florida. We put up over 400 crosses and stars for all of them. So
Okay.
it's been going on for many years, and the city's always supported us.
Yeah,
So
It's great.
Do y'all have volunteers for that, or y'all need help for
we
that?
always want volunteers. It's a lot of work to set it up and take it back down. And then we man it. The Legion mans it, but if people want to come out and they want to help man, it's open from 8 to 8 every day. You got to hold on when the wind blows, because that time of year the storms come through.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something we've been doing for a couple of years. I'll get you more information.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so we jumped into 6, so move on to discussion items. Are there any comments, concerns from Recreation and Park Advisory Board members?
Thank you, madam. Appreciate the gifts.
You're very welcome.
Very kind.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so we are looking at 2 months from now, Tuesday.
Tuesday in April.
Be
Say
April.
14.
I thought I saw something for next month.
So,
Or was it January that got pushed to?
It was the
January
previous
to
one
come.
that we bumped. So
Okay,
yeah.
all right. I knew there were like 2 back to back.
and
Yeah.
there may have been like tentative
Okay.
numbers out there, but looking ahead, the next meeting, April 14th, and then the next date, based on the bi-monthly second Tuesday, is June 9th.
June 9th.
Barring staff not meeting
Yeah.
any
Yeah,
additional.
I just put recurring in my calendar, so it's there all the time.
Okay, so we don't need to vote. Do we need to vote on those future dates? No, okay. Is there anything else?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming,
You need
and
a motion to adjourn?
yes,
There's your motion.
thank you. And we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see.
On the